All right. This is a free flowing thoughts on the Megatech and the Astroneer universe. I don't know. Let's get the so you can see my disdain and my love and my passion and my love and my hatred for this game and my disappointment and my love and my love. I'm already playing it. It's not what I wanted. I wanted library. It's already launched. 1,343 hours. I have most of the achievements. I'm only missing a couple. Let me borrow that for a second. Use a research chamber to research something in another person's game. I don't have friends. Drive an airborne rover for at least 10 seconds. I'm surprised I haven't done that. Use the probe scanner to find one of the mysterious vintage probes. Plant a spinally. Okay, plant all of these different things. Light 10 fireworks in 10 seconds. I don't give a crap about that. Obtain every achievement in Astroneer and a hidden one, I believe. Hidden achieve, yeah. So that's fine. I have, like I said, I have 1,343 hours into this game. And I want to talk about my frustration. There's a couple of really good videos. Let's talk about that real quick. There's a couple of really good videos to watch. One is by Vainglorious that I just watched. I don't know where it is, but go in here and search. He has this one. Is Megatech good? And he really does a really good job. I didn't watch all of it, but I skipped through it. He does a really good job of explaining what's new in the DLC and the free update. And I agree with what I saw and what he said. There was another one by Z1 that was really good, and he had some really good feedback about that, about the update, and his. We wouldn't complain if we didn't love it. If I didn't care about it, I wouldn't say a thing. And I think that's where a lot of negative feedback comes from, right? It's like, we love this game and it's not living up to the hype. It's not, I don't know, there's things missing. There's things we want to do. I want to spend my life in this world. Right? That's why I have 1,300 hours into it. And if we go look at my list here, where's my library? And then if I take all this stuff out, I can see all games sorted by, where is it? I think it's here. Playtime. Stop. What are we doing? You stupid piece of crap. It's always something. Anyway, this is like one of the top 5 non-idle games. Right? I have more hours in this than I do Satisfactory by a long shot. By twice. And I love Satisfactory. So I want to talk, and I'm just free flowing with the ideas. I've been playing this game since alpha, since they first had it launched on Steam back in 2016. So for 9 years I've been playing this game off and on, and I love it. I play it for a few weeks solid, I get burnt out, and then I move on to something else because of my ADHD, but I always think about it. Um, and I've made a video. If you go search through my videos, I made a video a few years ago, 6 years ago, listing some of the things, some suggestions, some of the bugs, some of the issues, some suggestions on what I think could make the game a lot better. And I was hoping with Megatech that though some of those concerns, some of those hopes and dreams would be realized. What is this? A large shuttle and 1,000 bytes. I really don't need 1,000 bytes. I've got 9,000 now. I really don't need. I was hoping that they would solve some of those problems or issues or dreams that I had about this game with the Megatech. And this right here, the intermodal transport, is one of those things. Some way to automate the transmission and delivery between the planets so that I didn't have to do it manually. And I think that might be pulling away. I think the whole automation thing pulls away from what the core of Astroneer was supposed to be. It was supposed to be you're stranded on a planet. You got to go around and explore, and you got to collect these resources, and then you have to get to other planets and explore those as well. And then there's the get to the core of each planet and feed it what it needs. It's a resource that it needs, do all 6, and then you beat the game and you basically start over. It's not that deep of a game, but we always want more, and I think that's part of my problem. The human condition is we always want more. We love it. We want to be here longer. We want to do more things. We love setting up our processes to get all the things done. We love setting up our processes to, on all the other planets to get all the resources that we need and bringing them back to a central base and making the things. I think for a lot of us, there needs to be more than just that. And we were hoping with Megatech that would assist. At least I thought that. Like I said, I didn't research anything going into this. I didn't want to be spoiled. I didn't want to know what to expect. I wanted to I wanted to learn as I go and do the things, and it's been really great to unlock the new things and feed them all the resources and collect the resources. But then it gets to a point where this should be done very early game, first of all, because once I'm at a point where I already have all the resources and abilities to get the resources with auto extractors and trains and automation of trains, why do I need this? Why do I need this end game? These are all end game. Like, you've done everything you possibly can. Now you get Megatech. Now I get a method to automatically go get wolframite from Calidor, iron, titanium from Glacio, lithium from Visania, helium from Atrox. Why do I need this at the end of everything when this would have been this would have been amazing mid game? It just doesn't make sense, because I already have systems set up and processes in place to get those things. As you can see, I already have containers full of those things. so that I can unlock the Megatech. It just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. To have it late game. This feels like it should be the end of early game, going into mid game to build up for something great, to build up for something amazing. The other thing is you can only have one of these intermodal transports per planet. So there's 6 planets, and yet I can only have 3 launch pads for each one. So I could only bring back from here, I'm on Silva, I could only bring back 3 resources, and that would be my iron, maybe titanium. No, but you need, what do you need for nanocarbon? You need, I think I need titanium, ammonia, helium, right? So I could only pick 3 of those things, and the rest of it for nanocarbon I will still have to manually go get. So what's the freaking point? I was hoping that I could have 2 or 3 of these intermodal transports, line them up, and bring all the resources that I need from all the other planets back to a central base. It didn't matter what planet I was on. But apparently that's not the case. So that's frustrating. I'm not even going to build this. This is the museum. I'm not even going to build it because I think it's stupid. All you do is feed it resources. And then you get little trophy things the more you feed it. And we're talking millions of units, according to Z1. Because he did build all this. He did get quite a bit into it, further than I did. But it just doesn't interest me because it's a waste of resources, which are finite. On all 6 planets, you can only get so much resin. You're going to run out. You can harvest every single planet to its core, no soil left, and you're going to run out of resin. You're going to run out of compound. You're going to run out of every single resource because it's finite. There's a limited amount. What the heck is that? There is a limited amount of resources in the game, and that's fine. That's totally fine. I've beaten the game many a times and not scratched the surface on all the resources that you can get in the game. But if all I'm gonna do end game is just mine and harvest and deliver and just absorb and do nothing with it, I just, what's the point? And I don't know if I want to do the I don't know if I want to do this, the biodome. I mean, I'm going to. But some of these have multiple levels. So stage 1, I still need resin. I still need organic. And then there's another level, another stage. So you really need to have a mall. You need to have all this stuff. And I guess that's what they're trying to satisfy, is giving us something to do after you've beaten the game, after you've done all the things. Here's something else you can do with all those resources. I have a list of the totals that you need for Megatech. The construction landing pad, the intermotor terminal. But at the end, you need 749 compound, 850 resin. Right? You need you need 20 nanocarbon alloys. You need 30 astronium, 18 chips, 157 steel, 290 glass. So you need quite a bit of resources. And And that's fine, but to what end? Just to build these? I thought in my brain when they said Megatech, it was my understanding, at least, and maybe I should have looked at spoilers. I was hoping this Megatech would be earlier game to help you along the way. Not, okay, you did everything, now you're bored, here's something else to do. But I don't even care. And it's so buggy right now. I was seeing you can't put containers in here. You can only transport 8 things because there's 8 slots on the ship right now. You can't put containers in there. You can't put medium storage silos in there. It won't work because it's so bugged and broken. So you want me to fill this up with fuel, go to Calidor, pick up 8 wolframite, burn fuel to come back, and do 8 at a time? You know what I mean? When I can set up all of these auto miners or auto extractors and trains to automate that whole process, bring them back here and just dump off, you know, I think it's a little frustrating that they spent the time to go through all of this when we have been complaining about other things in the game for years and years. Let's take auto extractors, which are amazing. I'm not here to just diss on System Era, because like I said, they've made a game that I have spent hundreds of hours in over 9 years, and because I love it. I love burning through the soil. I love finding a huge patch of resources and, you know, hand mining all of that. It's just so fun, and it's procedurally generated. So every time you do a new save, everything's different. See, like here, why is this out? Why is this not? Automation is fine if you can automate it. Why do I have to babysit it? I have to come back here. It's out. So I have to move it just a little tick. Now I can get more resources. Why? Why do I got to do that? Again, it's amazing because it's going here. It's getting resin. And it's collecting more resin than you would by hand, so it's definitely smart to use them. But if I have to come back here every, I don't know, couple hours, takes 30 minutes to fill this up. So I'll come back every 30 minutes. I got a little timer down here that I haven't set because I just launched the game. You just come back here every 30 minutes to collect your full can, and then I might have to move this again. So it really does not, why have a train stop with auto arms and some kind of method to put this into a large container and hold 400 instead of 32 when I got to come back here and move all those things depending on where the new source is every hour. Z1 said it, when these were introduced, I thought you would just set it down and mine infinitely the resource that it was on top of. Infinitely. That is not the case. And even Z1 notices that, like, this is... Why do we have to move this all the time? Automation is supposed to be automation, and I know that's not what the purpose of the game initially was. Trains was an amazing update. It works great. Friggin' love it. I unlock trains as quickly as I possibly can. I don't remember the last time I built the large rover because once you have a trains, it's just awesome. Friggin' love it. Building trains around entire planets. Sometimes what I'll do is unlock the large rover with a paver and a drill and drive a path around the planet, then put down rails on that path because it's nice and smooth, and have a train going all the way around the planet. I don't know, I'm just disappointed. And it wasn't an expensive update. I know one of the DLCs, I mean, some of the stuff was free, and this drives me nuts. Why do I have to stand here? Turn that off. This works fine too. Why do I have to stand here for plants to grow? They don't grow unless... Was this a double split experiment? Do plants only behave a certain way once observed? If they're not observed, they behave another way? That's exactly what this is. I have to stand here while these plants grow, and it doesn't matter if it's in this super setup or just out here. It's like they don't grow unless you're standing right next to them. And so, you know, you're wasting time just standing here, making sure your plants grow, your seeds, so you can harvest seeds and get the snails. Snails was a nice touch too. So yeah, it's hit or miss with this. They either have updates and ideas that are just outstanding and a lot of fun, or 100% meh and just totally miss the mark, or don't function in a way that is helpful. Say I have to stand here. It's just frustrating. Which is why I have backups. I'll have backups on all the planets so that I can go get seeds if these don't work. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. This works just fine. I can not have to stand here and collect off, you know, organics off a tapper. Just get all these other ones off. Oh, you can't. Once they're on, they're on. Why can't I pull these out of a... They probably have to be empty. I don't know. What the heck? So some things are fun, some things are fine, some things work, whether you're standing right there or not. It's a frustration of love is what it is. So my review of Megatech, like I said, this would be great. Like, oh, okay, we're building Megatech so we can have these other systems that we can deliver to and from other planets. Okay, that's cool. Why? I already have access to those planets. I have bases set up on all those planets. I can carry vastly more amounts in this dumb setup than I could using Megatech. So that's the baseline. I just don't get it. I don't understand why. Now I could understand if this was to lead to something. So we have our orbital platform, and this is stage 1 because I haven't gotten through I haven't decided if I want to do stage 2. This is cool. This is really great. I was hoping this was going to be some kind of base that I could, and you totally can use this as a base, but it's end game, and if I have bases already set up in production lines, what is the point of all this? I mean, for funsies, you can come in here. Where's my cursor? We can come in here and change the plow. Let's do donut. You can change it from a flat platform of infinite soil to a donut. I don't know why I'd want a donut. Fine. Oh, I can't use my jetpack on here? Why? It's got fuel. Why can't I use my jetpack? Okay, so that's a thing. We're in space, and yet I can't use a jetpack. So there's plugs for you to build stuff. Nice big flat surfaces that we've been begging for since launch. We want true flat so we can have big patches of flatness to put all our production lines, all of our things. We've been begging for true flat. I don't even know what this is. There's places to put storage or something. I guess I can use my hoverboard. It needs power, which is fine. I get it. It's a big ship. But it only takes astronium, and it's going to take 400 astronium to fill this thing, and it won't turn on until you fill it. But what does the power do? I guess that's the power for this. Is that infinite? What happened? So you have to constantly be getting astronium, which is another finite resource. I mean, and like I said, once I have, I just don't get it. Now, if this was all intermediaries, like you have to build an orbital platform to get to the next solar system with 6 whole new planets, I would understand. I'd be like, all right, cool. Let's build this out. Let's get some way, but there's no landing. I guess there's 4 landing pads, but is that just for me? I don't know. Have I had fun with it? Sure. It's been fun. Learning what it all is, how it works. Getting the resources. I went too early. Normally I get everything set up because until now endgame is setting up a process to get nanocarbon alloy. That's the last resource that you can make. And so that has been my end game because I've gotten to the center. I've beat all the things that have unlocked it. But if there was something else, I know we keep looking at gifts. So you can send this destination to other planets. You can't. There's no way to cycle through this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 7 planets. This won't cycle through anymore. Is it because I don't have... So you can't land it on the orbital platform, I'm assuming. Otherwise, this would let me cycle to it. I'm assuming that would be at the end. So Silva got all the planets. There's 7 of them, apparently. What's 8? I don't know, but you have to build this on a whole other planet, and before you can transport materials back and forth. So I don't know. It's just, I don't see the point. What, it's 30 minutes of complaining. What if I go look at my documents, text docs, Where's Astroneer? Is it thoughts? Text documents. That's not it. I have a list somewhere that I made a while ago. Let's see if I can find it. Astroneer thoughts. There it is. Let's open that up. So I can't zoom in and edit. Okay. Additional resources. Add 20 more new resources to make crafting more complex. Make some rare. Additional systems. Allows research to be spread out. Could be very rare. Could lessen the number of nodes available. I don't know what that's talking about. Oh, lessen the number of nodes to make it more rare. New ships with thrusters, fuel type, warp thrusters, warp fuels to get to a new system. Overabundant resources, add ingots. Say I need 100 aluminum to make 1 aluminum ingot. 2 aluminum ingots for a tractor. Add subcomponents to all machines. Power revamps. Too easy to get power. Increase all power consumption by 100% minimum. Needs more batteries, RTGs. Yeah. Increase planet sizes, thin out resources. They've done a lot of this with customization, where you can do a custom game and make resources thin, spread out, all kinds of stuff. Base parts. This is the thing I was hoping Megatech would be. Base parts. Since you won't give us true flat to flatten and make a nice big area, give us base parts. Give us floor panels of various sizes. You know, 1 tile, 4 tiles, 8 tiles. Big chunks of flatness that we could set down. Solar panels, roofs. Your mind explodes with ideas of what you can do with that. Base parts, windows, doors, ramps, automated garage doors, plant pots, paintings, pictures, decorations. My gosh, your mind goes nuts. Give us a nice big ability to make our own bases. Rails updates. Still having sticky boots. I just did a series lives, and within the first hour of the first live, I'm walking on the surface and I hit something. I can't move. There's nothing there. Brand new save. Plants only grow when players close proximity. Oxygen lines on rail segs don't always glow. Quality. Snails could auto eat seeds if on backpack. That's not really a big deal for me. You can hold an hour's worth of power seed juice to the snails. Look at, I was going to start again with more issues. So this is back in 2022. This one's before that. It's just, no, the other one, Rails update. We need to add one here for automation. Extractors. Infinite. Why do I need to babysit these all the time? So yeah, there's some thoughts. That's what I was hoping Megatech would be. I was hoping it would be something, but it's end game. It's just a way. It's just something to do, and it, in my mind, I don't want to do. Like, I wanted to learn about it, what it was, and now that I know, I was like, oh, it's just it's just to consume resources. It's just something to do. But even with auto mining and trains, I mean, that's cool. You can see the platform going in orbit. But even with trains and every other thing that they've implemented has been to help you along your path. And they made it so trains you can get very early in the game. It's very cheap to get them. It's resin and aluminum to make all the parts. Maybe a copper to get the engine. All of that is found on Silva. So it's not that big of a deal. It's just super easy. And that was to assist you in getting all of the things, get things up and going. And then I was hoping the biodome was going to be early so that I could plant my seeds for my snails and have a nice little biodome house to do that and have them automatically grow while I'm away instead of this hot mess. Look at that. We've been gone and it still hasn't collected a single other seed. Just maddening, just frustrating that. And then they're working on a whole other game. They're working on a whole other game. What is it? Soul Seeker, Soul Pathers, something. It's set in this kind of genre, the universe of Astroneer, but it's not connected in any way. It's a whole other game, which is probably going to bring a whole other slew of issues. I would wish that they would focus on this and solve some of these problems that we've been asking. And I'm not the only one. You go into Reddit, you go into the Discord, you go into search, go search on YouTube. You're going to find a lot of people that have the same issues with the bugs, have ideas how to make it better, how to grow, expand, what to do after all this. So it's not just me sitting here complaining. Anyway, Megatech, should you buy it? Unless you're a hardcore fan, I really don't see the big reason to do it because, like I said, it's all end game. After you've done all the other things, then you can open Megatech, and I just don't see the benefits of having an orbital platform. Again, the resources are finite. So I've got to go harvest. So you're only going to be able to play this save for X amount of time because at some point you're going to run out of Astronium to fuel your orbital station. And it's just at stage 1. I don't know what stage 2 or 3 looks like. But at some point you're going to run out of fuel. Because I don't think there's any other method that I know of to get Astronium. Because I'm trying to think. You've got your trade platform where you can trade scrap or something that you build. Scrap it, get scrap. You know, shred it, get the scrap, take the scrap, and you can exchange that for... Can you get Astronium out of there? Let's go look. Ooh. Let's go look real quick at our trade platform. You can get Astronium, but it's still going to be expensive. It's going to be 8 scrap per 1 Astronium if I were to do the math, if I were to take a guess. Boink. Let's take a look at our trade platform right here. Scrap, we can get compound, resin, organic, clay, quartz, graphite, sphalerite, ammonium, laterite. It's all 1-to-1 so far. Copper, malachite, wolframite. There's where it changes. Wolframite 3-to-2. Hematite for iron, titan for titanium, lithium, compound. So you can't even get, you can't get Astronium through scraps. You can use Astronium to get things. Packagers, solid fuel, jump jets, dynamite, hydrazine. I use it for hydrazine Because look at that, 3 for 4. I give them 6 astronium, it gives me 8 hydrazine. That's so cheap. And portable furnaces. What's this? So yeah, I mean, a gravity globe. I don't even. And exo chips. I use it for exo chips. I did 1 packagers because I don't use them a whole lot. I did a dynamite, but hydrazine, smelting furnaces, exo chips are the big ones. So you couldn't even set up an automated process to take soil and convert that to astronium in some way. You can't do it through the shredder. So you have to get it either manually from the cores area or set up an auto extractor and squeeze every bit you can out of those spots. I think the auto extractor gives you 5 times more that you normally could than by doing it manually. Anyway, no, it's a frustration. This is my next thing. I just got bored with everything and I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm going back old school. And I found this nice this portal that was embedded halfway into a mountain, and I'm like, okay, well, here's a lot of flat area that I can get. So I guess I'm moving my base out here, and this is about the only way you can get true flat is to come over here and grab off of the flat surface and then just flatten out nice and flat. Again, if I had base parts and I could build floors, and with trains I could set up different buildings that would, and again, I know this is not supposed to be, it's not meant to be an automation game, but you gave us the option. So I lump it into my automation category. Games to play and automate and do things and have fun and set up processes and relax. I will say that. What do you love about this, Aaron? You've been complaining for 42 minutes. What do you love about the game? I love this right here. I love how they've got, you can just come in here. I'll get sucked and sidetracked because the dopamine hits. Just tearing down a mountain, getting all this soil, which I don't even need. I love this right here. I love the world's great. The worlds are great. They've taken a lot of time to make sure that each planet feels very different, especially as you go down inside them. They all feel very different. I love the autumn. I love going out here, seeing what world I got. I love all the different parts. I love the style of the game. It's kind of got that, it reminds me of claymation, although it's truly not. For some reason, I always think like claymation type genre when I think of Astroneer. It's like, I love how it's quiet, ambiance. You go out on Calidor, the wind's blowing, you actually feel cold. I'm in Central Florida, so love the cold when I can get it. I love the concept of going down levels in planet cores. That's something I don't really see in a lot of other games. So I remember the first time I played this, I'm like, okay, well, it went down. Okay, there's a sub level to this world, and I didn't realize you just keep going down and down and down until you hit the planet core. And then when I realized, oh, you got to do that on every single planet, and you got to solve a puzzle, and you got to give a resource and power it up and do the things. And oh, now if I connect to all the different ones on the surface, I can teleport between them, and that's pretty cool. But then you're like, why would I want to teleport to all these different locations? It's fine. It is what it is. But, you know, we can take these trains all the way down. There's a lot I like about the game. And I've enjoyed as they've come through the years and have new updates, new additions. I remember when auto extractors, the big soil containers, the big resource containers, the mediums, all the new additions have been an absolute joy to have in the game. Trains has been the biggest one. Trains is outstanding. Because look at this. I don't have to manually, once you get it all set up, I mean, there's a lot of manual work. I shouldn't say that. There's a ton of manual work that you got to do. It's like having a second job. But once you get it all set up, you're like, okay, these are my destinations, and these auto extractors, if they were infinite, that would be so nice. I don't want to have to come back here every hour to babysit these and move them just a pixel to the left or the right. You saw how I did that with that auto extractor. I picked it up and put it down. Didn't even move it very much. And it's got another hour's worth of resources. I don't know. I like how when you get down to the center, there's little gravity. You know, the plants are the only thing trying to kill you, so that's nice. I don't have animals trying to aggro you. I love how I can take my time in a game and enjoy it instead of feeling rushed like you do in so many other games, where you got to worry about you know, the bugs are gonna come get you if you get too close, and there's pollution, and you ran out of this, so you gotta go further out. Now you've got an enemy to deal with, and this is just so nice. I love, like I said, I love the exploration, finding getting down between levels, getting between floors, digging a tunnel, finding some huge resource pile, and just spending, like the next 2 hours digging it out and sorting the resources into the correct containers and driving them back to the top. I love all that. I just love it. I just wish they'd clean I wish they'd fix a few things. So Megatech, should you buy it? I wouldn't, quite honestly. Like I said, unless you've got 6,000 hours in this game and it's the only thing you ever play, this will give you something to do. But it serves absolute zero purpose to the game. 100% zero purpose. It adds no functionality. It adds no playability. I'm trying to find the right word. Like as I said before, everything else that they've introduced has given, there's a reason for it. Even trains, like here, this will help you get from A to B. Yeah, you could do it in a truck, but trains are cool. Everybody loves trains. Look at this massive hall that you could fit on here. I even got I've got engines on both ends. I typically go engine all cars, but I decided this time I'm going to go engine for engine. And you could still hold a lot. This isn't even the max that you could hold. I could have, which I have not made. You could make steel. Is it large? I don't think it is. Nope, it's gonna be medium. But I haven't made them. But I could make these right here and hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 6, 9, 12 cans per column, 9 or 12 instead of 8. or 4. So what does that cost? What's that gonna look like? Oh, I need 3 steel. I got steel right here. Oh, you're killing me. I need 1 more steel to make this. What do we need for steel? Probably something crazy. Can't ever remember. Argon, carbon, and iron. There's an iron. Gonna have to burn you. We gonna burn you. And argon. I got argon here. Someplace. Right there. Grab a can of that. Make 1 more steel. Where's our carbon? Gotta turn this off because this is a huge power suck and I don't have nanocarbon alloys out yet. What? Oh, it needs, that's the wrong thing. Steel. So, you know, you set up your processes. I've started a new map already because I'm like, all right, let's lay this out. Let's get it so that I can have all these things lined up for a train. But then I learned that you can't have more than 1 on a planet of your intermodal transports. So anyway, there we go. I didn't want to spend a whole 50 minutes complaining about Astroneer, but and System Air is never going to see this. I'm a small time YouTuber. I'm a small time content creator, and they're never going to see this and say, hey, let's peg Aaron. He's a programmer. He's a gamer. He's been playing this game for 1,300 hours. He might have some ideas. Let's ask him. They don't give a crap. And they shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't be asking every single player what they think of their game. Otherwise, you're going to get a bad game, because if you ask 1,000 players, you're going to get 1,000 different reasons as to why to not play it. If we go to SteamDB and we hit Astroneer, we can see the chart. Where's the charts? They have over 10. They have over 9,000 players just on Steam playing right now, and it gone up. Look at that. That's when they launched Megatech. Let's go back for the previous month. Oh, hey, boing, Megatech. Look at that. They went from 2,000 to 10,000, which is good. Good for them. Bring people back, right? Here's a peek at 1,800. Megatech probably announcement. I forget when it came in. Yeah, it's been about a week. Megatech comes out. Kablam. You can see when they have updates. All these spikes down here through the years since 2016. There's all the spikes when they've introduced something new. So it's a fun game. People like it. People are having fun. They're learning. It's hitting a new audiences, I'm sure. But I don't know if they're going to be as excited or disappointed. I'm just saving this. Now I'm using Astroneer to fuel up my orbital. I don't know what it's going to do. I don't know. I suppose I should get it to stage 3. I mean, I'm going to keep playing on this map just to see. Look at this. This is huge. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so it's in chunks. 12 slots instead of, and does it fit on here? I think it does. So we can have 12 containers. 12 times 4 is almost 100. Or no, that's 50. Right? 60 something. I don't know. Who cares? Doesn't matter. That's huge. I didn't even think about doing that. So yeah, just because I didn't think about doing it, because it's going to be, that's another thing I wish they'd do. If I'm in a train, why can't I zoom into front mode? I got to look through crap. and deal with camera issues. I really wish, if you're driving a truck or a vehicle, especially trains, give me first person view. Let me see things from right here at the headlights at the front. Just zoom me in. That's a pain. Or give me the option. How about that? Let me toggle between first and third person view. That'd be nice. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Megatech. Long time coming, absolute zero use, 100% zero use. There is absolutely no reason to use Megatech. There's none, because by the time you can get it and build it, you don't need it. You've done everything you can in the game to get it, and that is it. It serves no function. It serves no purpose. There's no reason to have this at all, because there's nothing more to do other than feed this like compound and seeds and some other thing. There's 3 things that you just keep feeding this and feeding this and feeding this and feeding the millions and millions and millions and millions. There's no reason to do it. Abs 10 exochips. 10 exochips. I mean, I'm gonna do it just to see what it's about, but I already know it's a huge waste of time. Anyway, that's my thoughts on should you buy Megatech. No, you will not. There's no need for it at all. 100% zero. Unless you're bored and just want something else to do. I could probably sit down in an hour and come up with 10 better ways to utilize Megatech. How about, right off the top of my head, these are already on planets. You have to find them, and then you have to deliver resources to them and use them to get you going, to help you, right? Let's say this is already on a planet. All you have to do is give it power, like you do the portal centers. You got to give it some power. We got to fix it. So we got to give it some resources, and then we can start using it. And on a, then we can build our intermodal transport early on, so that I can utilize this, right? Or let's say this platform is on a planet somewhere and needs to be repaired and fixed up. Then that would give me a reason to use trains to get from here to our landing pad, or find this and then build a landing pad, build a base around it, so that we can deliver products to and fro and to. Right? What if a biodome was already on a planet and it needs to be fixed? What if there was only one of these in the game? And it's just, that's just spitting off the top of my head. It's endgame. Now, like I said, unless they're planning on incorporating this into other aspects future, there's no roadmap, there's no nothing. This has been released for years. I don't know. I'm just talking, but there's 100 different ways you can use this stuff earlier on in the game to help you do the game instead of it being board end game. You know what I mean? That's my 2 cents for an hour.